not going, Kelly. And you was like, nah, but we good, but we did. I was like, I'm not going. Listen, the very next day, you got serious about this.
Yeah. Because, you know, my queen, she gassed me up to go out on the yacht. She's saying, because, you know, they just put the bulletin out there that we got to shut down in a day or two. So get your food right. You know, they put the bulletin. So I was like, you know what? Let's go clear our minds real quick. We about to go into quarantine alert. And, of course, we was cautious. We cleaned everything. We had our cleaning people. I hired a cleaning team, went in there, cleaned it up, wore gloves. And this is like, what was it, the first day of?
First day.
The day before. So, and me going out in the water, you know, I was really thinking about it. It really hit me then. You know what I'm saying? Because I was wearing a mask and gloves. And I'm like, this is real. I'm out here in the water. I'm saying to myself, nah, this is real. But ever since that day, I've been home. You know that.
I know.
I've been home.
Kelly, I want to ask you, because last year, when I'm
Before you ask me a question, I want to make this the show. This the big show.
This the big show?
This, not because you're my brother. This the show. This the big show. I loved your Tyson interview. It was classic. You know, not only do you tell the best stories, you really not only telling the truth, but like you really, those stories are real. Because I'm watching the show and I'm like, I remember some of these stories when you was with Remy and you was talking about some of the stories. I'm like, he's telling the truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to jump in the live. I wish it was a 3-way live because I wanted to add to the story because I was there for some of the story. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead.
Yesterday was crazy. I was talking to Ja Rule, and I don't know why. I've had the crazy. We got kidnapped in Africa together. We went to just shit that happened to me that I be thinking is so crazy, Khaled, that I be thinking it's a lie. And then when I talk to Ja Rule, I forget he was there. So when he said, yo, the little kid had the grenade launcher, I was like, oh my God, like, what the fuck? It really happened.
I know.
All right, so I want to tell you, I'm with you. You've been my friend, my brother, for over 25 years. Every year I try to be with you on your birthday. You try to be with me, even though some years we work. But last year we toasted in your house to your birthday, and I told you how proud I was for you inspiring people to stay with their families, and it's okay to show your kids love, and it's okay to embrace your family. And I think a lot of people love you because of that. And so my first real question for you is Assad.
Yeah.
What does Assad mean to you? Describe where you think he's going to be. What's his personality? Because, you know, we get little clips of him, and we all love him, and we seen him in his mother's belly. But what is it with Assad?
I mean, Assad, you know, first of all, he's my son, so the love is no words in the dictionary that can explain how much I love my son. But I'm also a fan of his. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at him like he inspires me, the way his swag, the way he moves, how smart he is. And also, for me, and I'm saying this is for me, because I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like he's a prophet as well. Listen, that's just me. That's me. You know what I'm saying? But my son, he's my first son, and now I have another beautiful boy. And the way
stay with Assad.
Okay, but I would say, but
we're gonna go to Alarm after.
No, but the reason why I'm saying that is because the way he holds down his brother already, I already knew he was gonna do that. Like I know whatever he wants to do when he grows up, we support him, we got him. But I just know that he's gonna hold all of us up. You see what I'm saying? And he just has this glow on him, man. It's just. He's my son, but sometimes I'll be like, man, look at that boy. Like, I can't believe, like, I can believe it. You know what I mean? It's the word I'm saying is like, I'm a fan.
You know, when I'm on the plane, I I do a side.
He's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? But he's my son. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. That's the key. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, I'm just saying, you know, I'm afraid to fly, even though me and you started flying. And whenever the plane shakes, I start talking to this picture I got of his side where he's in the middle of the jungle on some things. You took some picture in Jamaica with him that he looks like Jungle Boy. He looks like, and I be like, yo, don't let your uncle go down. Don't let your uncle go down. And I do Vanessa's daughter, and I do my goddaughter, Remy's daughter. I go to them three. It used to just be a side, but I go to the kids, guys. I go to you, Azzy. But you know, your goddaughter's here. You know.
No, Azzy, what's up? I love you, girl.
And I want y'all to know. So now we got Alarm.
Yes.
Alarm. Alarm is the militant one.
Yeah.
Alarm's gonna be the one to really hold us side down.
Yeah,
And
Alarm.
Shout out Swiss Beats on the check-in.
Swizzy, zone.
Alarm, tell me something about Alarm, because personally, I was on the road. I still haven't got a chance to meet my nephew. And I feel horrible about that. I feel horrible that I haven't been able to look him in the eyes and really pick him up. We love you, Swiss.
Alarm, you know, his name means the world in Arabic. And I had a conversation with my son Alarm the other day, and I was just telling him, boy, you something special, because you came in the world at a special time. In a special time, and I'm trying to explain to him. I know he's a baby. I know he's 2.5 months old. I get it. But I talk to my kids the same way I talk to them now. I know I'm going to talk to them when they're 25. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking to my kids with real talk. And I was telling Alarm, I was like, yo, Alarm, you know, you came in the world at a special time. You know, it's a lot going on. And his name means the world. And what I learned about Alarm, he has this seriousness about him. His face, he'll crack a smile, he'll laugh. You know what I'm saying? Mom will get him to laugh and all, but he's like serious with it. You know what I'm saying? And he weighs about 5-6 more pounds than Assad did at the age he is now.
Big boy. He's gonna be Cot Diesel. He's gonna be a big boy.
Yeah, he already
wants
Cot
to play
Diesel
football
with.
in the future. Rich gonna have to coach him. Alarm gonna be a big boy.
No, he's a big boy, but you know, this is a year that I think nobody's gonna ever forget. They're gonna talk about 2020 for the rest of ever. And Assam was born 2020. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's only 2.5 months old, but he's already he has this. He got this khaled in him, and then he got like this other energy that I know that he's tough. It's tough.
He's a tough guy. He's a tough
It's a
guy.
tough one. Yeah, he's tough. And they both beautiful, man. And but you got to see Assad really, he be holding it like it's a routine. He wakes up, where's Alarm? Where's my brother? I need to kiss him. If he cries, I need to kiss him. You know, he's already doing the big brother perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me ask you something, right? So me and you, we go back since you were skinny and you was with DJ Nasty and you was just DJing coming up in the game. And I'm going to skip a whole lifetime and just go, what moment, right? Because you just went on this roll and just never looked back, from the first song to the first move to the making movies with Will Smith. Now, at what point, I mean, did you ever know, be honest, don't, like, be honest.
You know, we always going to be honest.
No,
always going to do that.
But did you ever think you get to this level of success, like this level?
I'm going to be honest with you. And when I answer it, I need a little time to speak afterwards.
Okay.
I did believe that I'd be at this level, and I believe I'm going to be at a bigger level. I always knew with hard work that it'd get me here, and I always knew that nothing's going to be given to me. Now, I want to give you a shout out and tell you how much I love you on this live, because you're one of the first people to believe in me, co-sign me, put me on your biggest records, and on your biggest record to this day, on Lean Back, you said my name. And not even just that, forget just the hits and records that you let me stand beside you and let me learn. You know what I'm saying? I want to take it back to like when I first met you. I met Joe at New Music Seminar in New York City. I had his vinyl. It was a Fatjoe vinyl. It was actually the vinyl and the album. The album, and I met Joe outside of the seminar, and I had the album in my hand, and I always been a Fatjoe fan, so I was like, got introduced to Joe, and Joe looks at me and goes like, how you got that? And at that time, Joe, he doesn't smile like he smiles now. He usually has this one eye that goes this way, and then the face is like, it does something, and it's not a movie. It's some real gangster shit when you step to Joe. And so I didn't know what he was trying to tell me, like, because, you know, back in them days, you know, bootlegging was big, you know, white labels were big. So I had an early release of Joe's album, and he was just like, you know, he showed me love, and from that day on, you know, he said, if I ever come to Florida, I'm a link up with you. And, you know, Joe came to Florida. He had a show with Nas, and Shaq came on stage with him. It was in Orlando at that time, and Joe had Pun with him. And I met him in, Joe said, come meet me at the hotel. And the hotel, I think it was like some damn Holiday Inn type hotel. You know how it is back in them days. I'm just, you know, being honest.
Riding.
Yeah, it was riding. And Pun wasn't even Big Pun yet. You know what I'm saying? And even Steve Lobel was there too. Steve Lobel was there that day too.
So that was early Relativity. That was
early. So ever since that show, because every time they post that picture with you, Shaq and Nas, I always reply on everybody's gram, I was there, because I was there.
Yeah. When they put pictures where I was there, and I be like pretty much every picture they put up a Pun, I was on the other side of the camera.
Yeah,
and I was
so
myself, I was there.
And ever since that day, I moved to Miami like 2-3 months later. And you know, when I moved